Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Can everybody can see my screen?
Yes, good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
morning.
Good morning. I'm gonna wait for everybody to trickle in. Good morning, you guys. Get my cup of Joe here.
Good morning, Jojo. Good morning, Jojo.
Good morning. I love the energy. Ramon.
That's
Ramon.
what it's all about, babe.
Did those people ever call you Ramon? Did anybody call you? No? No? Okay. Okay, it is 8:32. So I believe we're ready. Happy, what's today? Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, you guys. I'm Joanne Robinson, one of the co-owners of First Prestige Insurance Group here under the umbrella of the Blake Group. And it is Wednesday and it is ugly outside over here, okay? There was a whole hurricane right by my house. So apologies if, I'm a little frazzled, but the whole neighborhood was flooded. I literally just got in and got settled so we can get this party started right. Announcement. Today is lead order day. You guys should have already started putting in your orders from last night, letting your managers know that you need your lead. Lead orders are today. Remember, you're not charged until 12 days out. That's why we do them on Wednesday, you guys. For those of you who are new, that is, that's the reasoning behind it, okay? We want as much time as possible for you to be financed if you do qualify for that portion. Now, what else do we have coming up? We have our opportunity meeting coming up, right? Our first Friday. We have not had a first Friday since what, March, maybe February? I'm not sure. Either way, I cannot wait to see you guys, to love on you guys, hug you, of course, with my mask and maybe some gloves. But nonetheless, we are so excited to see you guys. We have the home office coming down and they're just going to do it big. Those of you who are new, you're going to get to have that experience. And let me tell you, when I first had that experience, I was sold, okay? So let's just get into it. This particular broadcast is not going to be, probably won't be as long. I always say that, and then I get all long-winded and caught up. But nonetheless, as I was thinking of what topics to speak of, as managers, it's pretty tough for us getting prepared for this call, especially if you're a manager. That means you're managing things, you're doing your regular day-to-day, and then, you got to put this production together to make sure that, those under us are remaining motivated, because it is tough. It is very, very tough as an entrepreneur, because you all are entrepreneurs, you all are, as an entrepreneur and a mom and a wife, so business owner, mom, wife, or a husband, dad, and, you're juggling all of these roles or all these hats, so to speak. And it's tough. It's tough to make sure that we can appease everyone across the board, that I could check some boxes off for Ramon and also check some boxes off for our latest recruit and everything in between. It gets kind of tough, but the formula remains the same, you guys. From top to bottom, from new to tenured, it doesn't matter. The formula is still the same, and that is scared money don't make no money, okay? You guys, I cannot stress this enough. If you want to make money, you have to spend money. And it took me a while to really grasp that mindset. You know why? Because we're all brought up a certain way. We're all brought up to work for someone else. Well, most of us were. I know since I can remember, my dad always had a side hustle. He always had a side business. He was a respiratory therapist full time, but he also had a production studio where he would, produce music. And like, since I can remember, that's always been his thing. He had a record store at one point. I mean, you name it, my dad did it, right? He was never scared to take a risk, but he was also never scared to dip into his 401k to take that risk. My mother would look at him sideways, but at least he did it, right? At least he took the risk. And I honestly, I don't even think I've ever repeated that before, but I honestly think that's where I got it from. That what is it? That goal to just do something, right? Putting my fear aside, so to speak. You guys, you're going to have to spend the money to basically make it. You cannot open a business without inventory. You got to have it, right? So we're just going to dive into the details of the importance of investing in you. Okay, you have to invest in yourself. Okay, and that goes from from inventory to self-care. It's for self. Okay, to make your business better, to make you better, to make your family better. It's a cascade effect. It's going to affect everyone who is attached to you. Okay, and most importantly, yourself. Okay, so it all starts off with what? Your mindset and your attitude. When you first contracted into this business, when you first got on and you interviewed, you were one way. And that could be from a regular 9-to-5 to you being an entrepreneur.
To make a change in week 8 against the LA.
Okay, mute your phones, you guys, mute your phones. So that goes from, when you first interviewed, you were one way. Oh, Joanne, I'm ready to do it. I'm ready.
New Orleans Saints will not have to relocate to LSU's Tigers.
Okay, LSU Tigers, mute your phone. Thanks. So mindset, attitude, it's a major part because like I said, when you first got into the opportunity, you were so excited, you didn't even know what to do with yourself. You were so ready to get out there and work and do what it took to make the money that you need and to change your family's lives forever. Until what? Reality hit, right? And then your mindset and your attitude went left. It went to what it's used to. Okay, it went to its comfort zone. So your mindset and your attitude has to be, a certain way. And as managers, my managers and my leaders in the group, do not sell, we can't sell false hope. It needs to be as transparent as possible. Yes, you are going to make tons of money. And yes, it's going to be hard. Yes, you're going to make tons of money. And yes, you are going to have some pretty dark days. Is it all worth it? Absolutely. Would I change anything? Not one thing. You know why? Because it made me who I am today. And it made all of you who you are today. Okay? It's going to mold you. That's what life does. You got to set goals. You got to realize how big you want to go. You could be in it just to make sure that you are going to make, let's say, you'll be comfortable with 80 grand a year. If I could make 80 grand a year, I'm good. Maybe you don't want a team. Maybe you want to be as big as the Price Group or the Blake Group, right? Maybe you just want to be as big as First Prestige. It's on you. You need to set your goals. And those, you could change your goals if you want to, but put something in place. If you exceed it, so be it. You should have a daily goal, a weekly goal, and a monthly goal. And of course, an annual goal. Okay? Kiki and I, we pride ourselves on quarterly goals to make sure, every quarter it should be this. So you have your daily, your weekly, your monthly, your quarterly, and your annual. Okay? You got to decide whether you want to do the field or phone and go hard. I understand COVID happened, but I also understand this group is hella resilient. We are one of the most resilient groups in the United States, hands down. When the going got tough, TBG got going, right? We went to work. When I say going, set up an LLC. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, you are a 1099. And I am learning that I learned that very quickly. As soon as I hit 6 figures, more money, more problems. Make sure you have your stuff in order. Okay. Set up an LLC, get a business account, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Okay. Get with an accountant and let them know that maybe you want to pay your taxes monthly or quarterly. So that way you don't have to pay back a whole chunk at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year, whenever they're doing it. Okay. These are things you should know. Now, why should we set up an LLC? Can somebody tell me why, as an entrepreneur, that it's so important for me to set up an LLC? Okay, I'll tell you.
Taxes and legality.
Taxes, legalities, and your inventory. You guys, you're business owners. All of that is write-off. You got to do it the right way. All those leads, that's money you are buying, you are putting back into your what? Your business. Okay, that's why come tax time, Senior Life literally sends you a printout. They send you your 1099 and all the money that can be claimed that you spent on leads. Okay? Leads. That is your inventory. That is your inventory. Has it gotten a little tougher since COVID? Yes. But are you resilient? Yes. We're spoiled. We're so spoiled. I know I am. I'm spoiled from my warm market. Okay. I started off with leads and then capitalized on my warm market and have gone back to doing both now. My credit card is like, what's going on? Because it is glued to Leads the Way. So every week I'm paying off my credit card because it's glued to Leads the Way. Okay? But I know come January, February, Senior Life is going to send me my 1099. Attached is a miscellaneous form and all the money I have spent. Give it right to my accountant and keep it pushing. Okay? Protect yourselves. Take, make. What does take, make mean? Take leads. Make 15 presentations, make money, rinse and repeat. That's the formula. That's the sauce. I take my leads, I make my presentation, then I make some money and I do it all over again the next day, literally. Because right now I'm working solely through Leads the Way, but that is my preference. Did I start that way? No. I've been in the game almost 3 years. I've been with Senior Life 2.5. And I started here. And I'm still not comfortable. I'm about here, but I am nowhere near where I want to be. Sacrifices. Sacrifices. If your social life is still what it was when you started, and you still have the same amount of friends that you had when you started, you're not going hard enough. You're just not. My social life was damn near zero. It was nothing. Okay. I went from social butterfly to, has anyone seen Joanne? Has anyone seen Joanne? I was a fiend for the scene is what you call it. I had to be everywhere. If I was invited, I was going. Until I wasn't. I had to get my priorities right. I had to make sacrifices. And my bank account thanks me for it. Okay? If you're not experiencing major discomfort, then you are not doing it right. You got to be so uncomfortable that you don't even know what to do. The second you hit discomfort, you will peak. Trust and believe. You just got to keep going through it. Now, here's a couple of tools, tips, and tricks. You guys, you have to have a daily routine in place. Okay. I'm very big on religion. You know, everyone has their own beliefs. Me, I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do, I pray and I put on my gospel. And I blast my gospel till I walk out the door. Think things through on my drive to the office. Come in, get my cup of joe, and I go to work. You got to have routines in place. Social media is your bestie. David touched on that big time yesterday with his recruiting routine. You guys, once you get started, your family and friends want to see you win if they're really your family and friends. So the second you get that license and the second you get contracted, guess what, you guys? Guess what, family? I'm a licensed agent. Inbox me. I can get you, inbox me for details. We sell this type of insurance, whole life up to $30,000, immediate coverage. Do you need policy on your parents? Right? You got to hit every box, check every box. Okay? There's campaigns where you can go into people's DM automatically. It'll just DM your whole friend list. Social media it has so many tools, it's not even fair. Easy texting. Easy texting keeps my phone ringing constantly. And that's because every month I make sure I do a campaign to blast my existing clientele or all those leads you buy. Every lead you purchase should be put on an Excel spreadsheet. Once you put it on an Excel spreadsheet, that's first name, last name, phone number. You're going to load it to easy texting, and you are going to send them a text message with your picture on a business card and what you offer as an agent. So they don't forget you. You bought those leads. Those are your leads for life. I will market to my leads till God calls me home. They're mine. I bought them. Until they tell me, take me off your list. Number Barn. Number Barn is my best friend as well. Number Barn is what I use to do outbound calls to all of my leads in whatever state. I have like 10 phone numbers. Each number for each state that I am representing. Okay, so I have a Georgia number. I already have a Florida number, but my Georgia, I have Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee. I have South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Pennsylvania. I mean, you name it, I have it. DC, Louisiana. I have them all through Number Barn. Number Barn, I believe, is $5 for the phone number, and you're gonna pay $11 a month, I think, per number. And that's because they forward your phone number. They forward the call to your phone. So it's going to be Number Barn doing a 3-way call with your phone. So the prospect sees that North Carolina number popping up and not yours. And when they call back, it goes straight to your cell phone. The best investment I have made thus far between easy texting and Number Barn. The best. Fiverr.com. There's an extra R there for Fiverr. So that's a typo. Fiverr.com is all things projects. The spreadsheet I just told you that you should have. If you have a stack of leads, you can send them to someone. You could hire someone for $5 an hour to get all those leads to a spreadsheet for you. Because you have to realize, how are you going to allocate your time? Highest and best use of my time. If I know I'm worth $1,000 an hour because I can make X amount of sales in an hour, Why in the world would I spend my time loading a spreadsheet? I'm going to subcontract someone to do it for me. Highest and best use of your time. Know your worth. Know your worth and use it properly. Now, everyone won't start at the same pace. Everyone doesn't have the budget to do so. Lord knows I did not. Literally, I was working full time. I was writing crazy business to afford to quit. The second I quit, I went headfirst into the business. I went from having my best month ever right to my next worst month ever, and then being flat broke on my behind by December. Because I did it Joe's way and I didn't follow the system. Regrouped, come 2019, that was 2018, come 2019, by March, #1 in the country. April, Jen wasn't having it. She took #1, I took #2. May, consistency. Just kept going, kept going, kept going. And that is the power of knowing that scare money don't make money. Those of you in sunny South Florida, you be safe. It is raining very, very hard down here. Those of you everywhere else in the US, you guys have a blessed day. Make sure you get your leads. And if you have any questions, I guess you could just telegram me directly. Make sure you screenshot Easy Texting, Number Barn, and Fiverr. And you guys, y'all are amazing. Have a great one. Thank you.
Also call Joe. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Amazing call, Jojo.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jojo.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.